I want to take a moment to thank, of course, our 2022 President, Laura Evergam Price. Laura, could you please join me for a moment? Laura, we all know how you put your heart and soul into your MACo service and leadership, and it's been inspiring to see how hard you've worked to represent your county, but also improve things for all local governments across this great state of Maryland. It's a model of leadership. That's right, give her some love. It's a model of leadership, and we're all grateful for your tireless efforts. And on behalf of our MACo board and membership, I'd like to thank you and present you with a MACo Past President Award. So good evening again, family, friends, colleagues, fellow public servants, and everyone who strives for an effective and efficient government while collectively serving our community. I'd like to acknowledge and give a special thank you to my wife, Shani. And one half of my A-team, my youngest daughter, Alyssa. Along with the rest of my family, I would not be here if it wasn't for their constant love and support. I'd like to welcome and congratulate again my good brother, Governor-elect Wes Moore. We're all looking forward to working with him for the benefit of all of our residents. And a special thank you to our board of directors and my fellow officers for their service and partnership. Please join me again in showing gratitude for Michael Sanderson and the entire MACo staff. Not only for putting on this conference, but for all their incredible work throughout the entire year. And I also want to just give a personal shout out, a quick point of personal privilege. Everyone who works for or has worked for Howard County government, thank you all, because I'm only successful in Howard County because of your hard work. Thank you. I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize all of our former MACo presidents in the room. Thank you all for your service, including 3 of my Howard County predecessors and very dear friends. First, Dr. C. Vernon Gray, a groundbreaking leader. Dr. Gray was the first black Howard County councilperson and the longest serving member of that body in our history. Dr. Gray is nationally respected for his contributions, including his work on small and minority business, in addition to affordable housing, issues that MACo takes very seriously and works on. Dr. Gray has continued his legacy during his tenure, also as the president of the National Association of Counties. And second, and he's also been acknowledged, but I'd like to do it again, my dear friend, Senator Jim Roby. Jim? Jim is a true statesman and former Howard County executive, and not only served as MACo bridge to our municipal colleagues at MML, which is incredibly important for all of you who have municipalities in your jurisdictions. But he is also a respected national expert on policing and public safety, issues that we as MACo move forward. And Senator Roby continued to lead our state as Senate Majority Leader. And finally, former Howard County Executive Ken Ullman. Come on, stand up, Ken. Ken is a visionary innovator who was on the leading edge of environmental protection, energy independence, and public health, all issues that we are continuing to work toward to ensure the very best quality of life for our shared constituents today. His diligent efforts helped establish the framework for Howard County and Maryland to be on the forefront of innovation in governance and leadership. It's a great and humbling honor to join all of you tonight as your president of the Maryland Association of Counties, a distinction which I could only achieve due to the mentorship, leadership, and guidance of the aforementioned and many more. When I first became a county council member in Howard County in the spring of 2006, we were awaiting the arrival of our second amazing daughter, Alyssa. And I was also enthusiastically anticipating attending my first summer MACo that year. I wanted to learn from experienced local elected officials, and I wanted to engage with leaders across this great state of Maryland who didn't just know, but could understand and feel what it was like to serve as an elected official on the local level. I wanted to learn and grow to be an excellent public servant and make a positive difference. That year, my friend, Howard County Executive Jim Roby, was MACo president, and that seemed like such a big role, which I felt at the time unattainable. I met the incoming 2007 MACo president, Jan Gardner, who would go on to be Frederick County's first county executive and who became a beloved friend and mentor for life. And I began building a foundation upon which I became the youngest person to serve as chairman of the Howard County Council. I helped found our diversity caucus here in MACo to foster current and future leaders within the community of local elected officials of minority descent and in Maryland government. And now we see our first Indian American lieutenant governor, who is also our first lieutenant governor, who's an immigrant. I was honored to become the youngest chair of the Maryland Commission on Environmental Justice and Sustainability. I was elected the first ever Black Howard County executive. And I had the honor in this room to be awarded with MACo's Maryland Praisner Public Service Award. As a lifelong Marylander, an Academy of Excellence in Local Government graduate, and having served terms in MACo in all of the various board positions, and now you're president, I can't tell you how excited I am to work with you to help realize the full potential for all of our residents, businesses, and visitors throughout this great state. MACo is a proven, respected place where all of us from every corner of the state, every background, every political stripe, care about serving our communities and helping others. We will help advance Maryland, not merely overall, but for all. Here, during a time of challenge, uncertainty, and loss for many of us and our constituents, we find ourselves together on this road to recovery. We, united, can and will reignite those flames of hope. One county, one community, one neighborhood, and one life at a time. Our local and regional partnerships have proven to be more critical than ever on this road to recovery from the pandemic, and MACo has been an integral part of bipartisan organizing on behalf of all Maryland counties. MACo has an impeccable track record of advocating on behalf of all 24 jurisdictions across our great state. I'm honored to be elected as your MACo president, and I look forward to working with the incoming Moore Miller administration and my colleagues across this great state of Maryland to foster the very best quality of life and further the mission of MACo for all Marylanders. Thank you and bless you.